Hey, and welcome to another episode of Frag-Out. I'm your host, Neil Wadi, otherwise known as Mystery Fragrance. Today, joined by Joe Average, otherwise known
What's
as
up?
Ren. How you doing, Ren?
I'm doing good, doing good.
And we're also joined by John C. Down at the bottom. How you doing, John?
How's it going, man?
It's going good. It's going good. Oh, a little sneak peek here of what's going to be talked about. But let's talk about just catch up for a little bit. What have you been up to lately?
John, what you been up to?
Well, I don't know, Neil. I know you're in Pennsylvania. You probably had it worse than me. The wildfire smoke the past
Smoke,
week.
yes, yeah, had a little bit worse than you, a little bit.
Yeah, that was nasty. All through last week, Sunday finally cleared up. I went down to Boston. That was a nice day hanging out down there.
Yeah.
How about you?
You're about what, like 45 minutes from there?
About 30 without traffic.
30 without traffic. Okay, that's not bad. That's a good distance to be there when you want to and not there when you don't want to.
Yeah. Easy to visit.
We have, I don't know if you guys heard, there's this little tiny
little thing.
nothing spinning out there on the.
It's just a depression.
It's making us all depressed. You know?
It's doing a good job.
It's doing a good job.
It's
strengthening. And see, the thing is that the warm waters of the Gulf on the Gulf side, on our side, only serve to make those things stronger right before landfall. But it is north of me, but my sister's going to get a wallop. So that's no fun. And I remember doing a hurricane fragrance show or bit. What was it? A year ago, last year, 2 years ago, when we got double hit. That was no fun to go out and see all the damage, but definitely something interesting for the frag heads to do. Other than that, Joe Average is working on the Joe Average Fragrance Library. Finally, woohoo! I am finally getting all the bottles that are behind me that are rumored that I actually have. That people,
it's all CG. It's all CG.
Yeah, people think that it's a green screen and computer done. No, I'm getting them all, in one place, and hopefully the backdrop will be the actual shelving unit that the shelves that I put on the wall, as well as all of the bottles going into place. I think I might make a series of just filling them a little bit at a time, and I might do like by house, or I just might, do solicit from, the subscribers to say, hey, what do you think? How do you think I should, do up my bottles and put them on the shelves? So that's in the fragrance world for Joe Average.
Nice.
There you go. There's the applause.
For myself, just had that smoke all that week. That was at least this time I had a car with a functioning AC and I didn't have to have the windows down, because that was bad the last time that happened 2 years ago. I could have swore I've got like poison ivy in my lungs from the burning poison ivy up there in Canada.
You don't like the 460, the AC 460?
Yeah, no.
Or windows down 60 miles an hour.
Yeah. I mean, when it wasn't smoke outside, it worked. I had to have earbuds in my ear just so I can listen to music and not be deaf from the wind. But I actually had that like that for a couple of years before, like 3 years before the car got killed. Anyway,
yes.
Let's go into our scent of the days. I see we got Brian in the chat. His scent of the day was Pico de Amalfi, and that's a great one. I like that one. I have another one that I replaced it with because it's a little bit more dense, a little richer, from Habibi, New York.
Have you tried the La Reserva flanker?
I think I did, but I was like, now it really just smells a lot like this, which is Palace Grove. The two have a very similar kind of DNA, and this is like a more of a elixir, not elixir, but extract quality of oils in this one. But yeah, there's a similarity between this and Fico de Amalfi for sure. So if you're interested, if you're out there and you're interested for a longer lasting, same projection because they just perform the same way, but similar profile like this one.
Acqua di Parma has some really good citrus, freshy, aquatic, freshy.
I agree.
They're just phenomenal in those, and you really want to get those at discounters. Discounters is really where it's at. I was in New York. Actually, I was in New York for Scent Explore, and I was going to the Macy's there, the big Macy's, and they sell, ADP there. And I was watching a mother listening to the whiny child. Oh, you need to get this. Everybody's talking about it. It was some Acqua di Parma. You need to get it. And the poor lady was just looking at it going, but honey, it's $300. And of course the sales associate is trying to make a sale, trying to do that sale, really, really trying to be nice, trying to play into it. And I was this close from walking up to her and going, no, you don't have to pay 300. You don't even have to pay 100, but I kept my mouth shut because I'm sure I would have been kicked out of the store for taking that guy's commission away. So
you just got to wait until he walks away for a few minutes, and then you go up to him and you're like, here's the website, go to this site.
I should have just flashed it on my phone, just walked over.
Go to Joma Shop or go to Fragrance Buy or
Fragrance Net or Aura Fragrance.
I always wonder, you want to approach them, but you don't want to be creepy. Like, hey, I know a guy who knows a guy who could get this for you for a third of the price.
Yeah, right.
How are you? But it's like, no. I promise it's a legit market.
Yeah.
I know.
Right in my coat.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I hear it all the time too when I go in those places because I'm personally just like you guys probably going in to smell it because you're not really going to buy it there. You're going to see about getting it somewhere better or cheaper, unless it's a fragrance that you go to a certain store that you can't find them online for cheaper, and then you're going to go in there and you're going to buy the fragrance from them because that's the only place you can get it from. So I mean that there are those places,
and there is that one particular designer that makes sure that they don't sell it any cheaper.
Yes, can't say their names though.
They can't say their names. We get sued.
Yes, we get sued. We don't want to get sued.
We don't want to get sued. I like the scent of the evening. What does Brian have as far as the scent of the evening there?
He's wearing Warm Bulb from Clue, which we talked about this on the Nice Niche Snobs last week. Kind of being something of a memory thing for Austin. I'll pull it up here so people can see.
Yeah, his friend Austin was a big fan of it.
Because it kind of reminds him of his youth. What's nice, I really like the brand because the brand offers a lot of kind of versatility in like the sizes and stuff like that you can get it from. So here's the fragrance itself.
Oh, that's what this is. Okay, I have seen these.
And here's the note breakdown.
Dust.
Dust. Yes.
Yeah. It truly is nostalgic because it is if you remember, like if you just imagine the hue of an old incandescent bulb, where kind of like you can kind of like smell the warmth coming off of it. This fragrance, I don't know how she did it, but she captured that scent. Like it's named correctly. I don't know how else to say it. Like it's a warm bulb. It's really cozy. It's nostalgic. It's fascinating. It's so good.
It just comes, I think a lot of that probably comes down to just sitting there and maybe just smelling the actual thing that you're trying to recreate in chemical form and just kind of like, well, I know this raw material kind of smells a little bit like this. What if I do with this, and then kind of tinker? I don't know how long it took her to do it, but I guess it probably could happen after a longer period of time. You can
Dust. But see, here's the thing: is dust, paper, and steam. My first impressions is not thinking of a warm bulb or an incandescent bulb. Steam, paper, dust. I'm thinking like maybe a print shop. I half expect to see ink there and some others.
Yeah, it's more so like if you imagine a desk with a single incandescent bulb hovering over a notebook. It's kind of like that. What you would imagine that would smell like. So you kind of get the smell of the paper slowly getting heated from the bulb, and then the smell of the bulb itself.
So that sounds very much like our old college days when we didn't have any money to decorate our room, and we had to study it and pull an all-nighter with the bulb and just our desk. Okay, I can get the nostalgia from that.
Yeah.
Whether or
people
not
from
I live it.
People from the LED generation wouldn't get it.
No, which is a great question, right? I mean, begs the question: what is the flanker to this? Would it be LED, fluorescent?
I don't know what LED would be. Molecule 01, I guess.
Maybe.
If anything.
3200K.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, cool. That is awesome. I also have seen those over at that new shop that you guys turned me on to up in St. Petersburg.
Yeah.
Super.
No, the one that's over in St. Petersburg down in Florida.
Yeah.
Super what? Super
memory, is it? Super
something.
Oh,
like that.
yeah.
Anyway, it's really good that, there are more and more shops that are opening that are trying to do these niche, and especially with this particular shop, they have niche brands from the local area, which is even more, very niche artisan. Some of those made in Tampa, for example, or made in Orlando, for example. I can only imagine some of the others up in your neck of the woods, Neil, doing very similar. What was that one in? Everybody talks about it. It is in Pennsylvania.
Oh, in Pennsylvania. Oh, in Philly.
Philly, yes.
The olfactory room or something like that.
I think so.
Yeah.
So
not our perfumology.
Oh no, perfumology. That's it.
Yeah.
Is it perfumology?
It is.
Okay. Gotta check that place out.
I think it's okay. Like from what I've seen of their collection, it's okay. It's still kind of the standard niche stuff. It's not the unknowns that you get from Stell in Manhattan, and the drive to Manhattan is almost identical to the drive to Philly for me. So it's almost like, why go to Philly? I could just go to Manhattan and get even more options.
That's true. I mean, they're
just go to Soho, right?
Yeah, their fragrance district in Soho is just absolutely exploding, and I can't believe how Soho is like right there to Chinatown. I mean, literally right there.
Yeah,
across the street from Chinatown.
Yeah, over the years, Chinatown has kind of like expanded slowly over the years, but now it's pretty much like the same thing. It's like right there on the edge of everything on the bottom of Soho. So,
yes. Yeah. So that's cool.
Little Italy is basically gone.
Those were good. That was some good scent of the days. What are you guys doing?
I didn't even say mine.
Hey Dutch, good to see you, man. What are you wearing today?
I'm wearing R&B by Zernell Gilly. So, this main accords is very much what this thing is. The tropical, fruity, amber, woody, sweet, citrus. I mean, yes, it's citrusy. It's like a rindy kind of citrus to me. I don't really get the honey so much myself. Strange fact. When I got Rock kind of opened my nose somehow with the ability to smell other things of the house in ways I've never been able to smell. R&B being the perfect example, because R&B, I smelt Rock, And I was like, oh, let me compare this to what I've heard some people say this is kind of like. They said it was kind of like hip hop. So I was like, all right, let me try hip hop. And I smelled hip hop for the first time. After smelling it, I was like, this doesn't even smell anything like I used to think it smelled. I was getting the cocoa. I was getting all the aspects of the fragrance that I had not detected before I got rock. And I was like, what the heck is going on? It was like a completely different fragrance to me. After just one, and it was like there must be similarities, because now my nose is just detecting the difference between the two. And that's what kind of stood out was, oh, I'm getting the creaminess, the chocolatiness of the fragrance now that I didn't get in hip hop before. But due to the fact,
do you feel, Neil, that there are similarities across Zernell Gilly's house, akin to the similarities that you get across, say, the House of Argos?
Yeah, in a way. What I feel, whoever his perfumer is, because I have no idea, and even people that he's apparently told the name to had no idea who that person was.
Jivadan.
So I mean, it might be, but they're consistent. Whoever they are, they're consistent with the way they construct the fragrance, because they're all very well blended to the point where it's very hard to pick out individual like notes of them. So you'll get more of a feeling, and I kind of get it kind of fits with the whole theme of the house. It's about music. It's more about feeling of how the music feels to you. So yeah, you would get that sort of, just these perfect examples of how they break it down here. It's accords, right? A chord in music and an accord in fragrance is kind of like the same thing. And sometimes you'll pick up things here and there, but overall, it's one overall smell, or it's like in music, it's one overall sound that you're listening to. So I think they did a good job, whoever the perfumer is, or however they're doing a good job by keeping it smell like similar in that way. And they probably use the same ingredients for certain things. Like if they're going to make the same accord, they could think, let's see, if you pull out the Popanax. So yeah, see, they have a Popanax is something they use quite a bit in a few of their line. It probably is the ingredient for each one of them. So.
This amberwood. This must smell like a Baccarat Rouge, right?
Oh, exactly like Baccarat.
Everything with amberwood is a BR 540 clone.
Yeah. Let's see. I just want to see if somebody says it down here. Let's see. Pool Boy. I've never smelled Pool Boy. Have any of you guys smelled Pool Boy?
No, not yet.
You have Ren?
No. They're just the fans are fanatic with Clandestine, and it's just tough to get in there. It was Pool Boy, then it's The Boy, and it's
And what annoys me about this brand is that you got people that are so fanatical about it. They buy it out, and no one new gets to try it.
Right.
It's like, thanks, guys. Thanks for making it that way.
Dutch smelled Pool Boy before. What do you think, Dutch? Is it kind of aquatic, or is it kind of tropical, fruity, or which way would it lean? Is it more toward R&B or Aqua de Jo, or I don't know.
Yeah, let's know.
It's a very interesting one.
Yeah. And then this one here, Zanzibar. Yes, I get the correlation between Zanzibar and R&B for sure. That's really it so far. So no, it wasn't one of them. But mango skin is just purely from the mango aspect, I'm guessing. That's what they're correlating that to. I'm kind of surprised that this actually doesn't have more thumbs up for this. You got it's more Aqua de Jo than R&B. Okay. With a realistic lemon. Something like Gusto Limone, maybe? That kind of thing? All right. What did you wear, Ren? Oh, not like I don't know. Actually, you know what? I got a better idea.
No, you're going to pull it up? I definitely appreciate that, man. Absolutely.
Let's pull it up. I haven't watched it yet. So,
oh, no?
Not today.
That's all right.
I've been kind of busy today, running around. What was that, John?
This is Ren's Son of the Day post.
Yeah. Son of the Day post, day 290 something or other.
298.
98. Oh my gosh.
Oh, a couple months away from a year.
Yeah, we're getting close.
Yep.
Where's it going to land? Is it going to land right on Scent Explorer? That'd be pretty cool if it did.
I don't know. Yeah, it's 30 days. No, it'll be a month.
End of September, maybe.
End of September, yeah.
Close, but not close enough.
Yeah.
Welcome to my daily fragrance series where I show you guys a new fragrance every day.
All my bottles on the floor. It's
All right,
awful.
let's go.
All fake.
I don't know how the spinner website didn't crash.
Boss Bottled Elixir feels like the Boss Bottled line finally stopped being the guy who brings donuts to the morning meeting and started showing up in all black. Frankincense, cardamom, patchouli, and some vetiver give it a darker, spicier, and more resinous edge than the usual clean, office-friendly Boss routine. It's still smooth and put together, but now there's some smoke in the conference room, like corporate confidence found a dimmer switch. First sniff, like Boss Bottled stayed late, loosened the tie, and made one slightly questionable decision. Hey guys, Joe A here with
I like those. They're good. I have just a sneak peek for you guys, just little teasers. I have one or two that came up that on the spin, and I said, you know what, I could do the video for the day, but I don't do it justice. I think it'd be fair to all the viewers if I kicked it up a notch. So, I got a couple of them out there that I'm trying to make it more funny. DS and Durga came out with one. It's called Well-Dressed Werewolf. Well-Dressed Werewolf. I think you cannot buy this online. It is something you have to walk into the store and get.
John, you have that one, right?
No, I smelled it. The DS and Durga in Soho had it in stock. I want to say it was a limited run for last Halloween, though. So I don't know what's still left over.
So if you're familiar with Amber Kiso, it has a lot of similarities to Amber Kiso.
Yeah.
So Boss Bottled Elixir, and I have a scent of the day, and I also have a scent of the evening, and I have a scent of the evening sitting here. It powers through the day. It, of course, is very linear. But of course, it's a designer. You would expect it to be. And it does have that mature vibe coming in from the heavier woody materials that are in this, as well as that amber kind of smoothing everything out. Aromatic, yes, of course, in that kind of Boss Bottled kind of way. The patchouli being a little earthy, kind of in the base. It's not overpowering, but definitely very much more a darker spin on this, definitely a lot more mature.
I kept this one longer than I kept any of the other Boss bottles I had. But then I ended up selling it off because I was just like, it's okay, but I really just think it's trying to be Parfum de Marly's Leighton just a little too much. And I was just like, I don't need it. Yeah. I'd rather just keep Leighton. So I just kept Leighton. But I mean, you could find it for a pretty decent deal.
Oh yeah, there you go. Not Leighton.
Not Leighton.
And it is a myth, folks. Leighton doesn't necessarily get you laid. You might have heard that somewhere.
Who's spreading?
But it's a myth. It's a myth.
Yeah.
I'm still sleeping in the doghouse. So
Well, you haven't put it on a while. It hasn't been your fragrance. When was the last time you wore it?
Leighton? Jeez,
Yeah.
I haven't worn Leighton in quite some time.
See, that's the reason why you're still in the dark.
A year and a half, maybe.
Man.
I speak of Leighton. I actually did an article about the differences in the batches of Leighton.
I remember that.
There was some old batches that are a lot stronger than the newer batches, and people are like, well, did they change anything out or anything like that? Yeah, I did write up an article, and I have that up on joeysdecants.com, so if people are interested in differences in Leighton. I tried both, and neither one got me the laid. So don't listen to somebody out there spouting that nonsense. It doesn't work.
And what about you, John? What did you wear today?
Well, Ren, what was your scent of the night? So you had one?
Oh, yes, sir. I do. Scent of the night is this one from a newer release by a fragrance influencer as well, Summer Vice.
Oh.
Okay, now if you guys are familiar with this one, this is the Viva Moore and the Bowtie, the fragrance guy collaboration. Darian did a great collaboration with Viva Moore. And I had done this, and I still in editing, but I've already done a first impressions on this with a special guest. And I'm just gonna cut to the chase, Neil. You know me. I try not to talk too much. This smells very close. Really, it made me think of Parfums de Marly, Perseus.
You don't say.
Yes.
And what is Perseus?
Perseus is the very bombastic, citrus-forward bomb. I mean, it is Versace Eros energy on steroids. If you think you can get more steroids out of energy, you got it with Perseus. It really is out there. But the thing about Perseus and the differences that I picked up with Summer Vice was that in Summer Vice, there is a bit of caramel and amber in the base that allows the sweetness of those accords to tone down the rough edges of the citrus. That is absent from Perseus. Perseus is just citrus forward. I mean, it's like you took a grapefruit, you bathed in grapefruit, you're chewing on a lemon, and you walk into a whole bunch of orange groves and oranges. But this one right here is pineapple forward. And as soon as you hear pineapple, people immediately think, oh, this is Aventus.
It's got black currant too.
Exactly. Not Aventus, not at all. It is sweet, juicy pineapple. But again, that tartness and that rough edges of the citrus in it are toned down by the amber. This thing is a wonderful, wonderful scent.
Obviously, oddly enough, it's also compared to Zanzibar.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. A couple people, just two.
Does it blue? Why is this blue talisman? It doesn't have pear?
Well, I mean, it's anybody smell the citrus? Just any citrus base in there. A commonality of citrus, citronelle, I believe, citronellin or citronelle.
Yeah, citronellin. I think it is.
Yeah, the combination of all of those might do it. I'm surprised that Tigara is not up there, and I think I saw Herba Pura up there. You know,
yeah, it was. I think it was. Yeah.
Just throw in a citrus.
Yeah.
And there's not enough votes there to really kind of gauge that.
The original Herba Pura, the Suspiro one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's one person.
Oh, what's that, Joe Malone? Orange marmalade or no?
Yeah. Yep. That's it. Orange marmalade, 3 people.
Oh my god.
And Sicily.
Sicily, yeah.
Oh. Sicily is very, very floral forward. Like after you get past that kind of lemony opening, very floral. I had it for a little while, and I'm just like, this is a little too much floral for me. If it had more citrus, I'd probably be okay with this. But this was like the citrus was gone, and it was just like, oh no, not me. All right, John. Now it's your turn.
Well, I have a scent of the day and a scent of the night as well. I think I talked about this one before as a recent purchase from a couple weeks ago. Oh boy, we're not gonna get. Hold on, I gotta get the whole autofocus. Macanudo by Maison Detto.
Ah, there you go. You got it. Nice.
Really nice, smooth, grassy green. Has like a earthy soil note as well. A little watery. Very linear, but has great performance. Sort of like some of the if you smell any of the Floraikus, how the scent profiles are not that complicated, but they perform really well, and all the notes blend together really nicely. It almost has like a syrupy quality to it, but ever so slightly, like not enough where it's cloying or anything like that. Just enough to give it a little bit of extra character. Yeah, it's gorgeous. One of my favorites from the house. And then I haven't sprayed this on yet. But the scent of the night is going to be Stone.
Oh yes,
So this.
I remember that one from Stella.
John, getting stoned tonight. Man, come on.
This one, yeah, Neil. If you remember, this is Lisa Petard. She had her other fragrance called Cup, which is a tea-based fragrance. That one was in Stell.
Stell, yeah.
And then this one I heard about when I looked her up. And this one is sort of what it sounds like. It's not quite petrichor. It's not soily, but it is kind of like a wet, atmospheric concrete. Like if you imagine like hot steam, humid steam coming off of a concrete after a rainstorm. That's how I imagine this one. And it almost has like a mentally cooling quality to it. So it's really great for this time of year.
Is it earthy? Bit earthy though?
It is, yeah. It doesn't smell like dirt. It's more like that Haitian vetiver cleanliness.
Oh, okay.
Red fruits smoothie.
It's a -4 on the vote, so
Okay,
I don't know how many people smell it.
Yeah, I don't get that. I don't know where that comes from. John, how is the mint? I mean, we got 16 votes here. It seems to be most prevalent. How is the mint on this one? Is it really high minty, or is it kind of blended well, or is it kind of in the background?
No, it's I just sprayed now. It's definitely dominant in the opening. It's not as in your face as like Torino 21, where it's just like you're getting mint whether you like it or not. Yeah, it's quite well done. The mint does settle down a little bit as it gets more of that like concrete musky vibe, but in the opening, it's certainly prominent. Really beautiful, and her fragrances are really well priced too for what she offers. I believe she's out of Virginia or North Carolina, somewhere in that area.
Yep, Vermont.
Mm-hmm.
Not Vermont. Virginia, yeah. Richmond.
Yeah.
How long? She launched in 2024, or just 2? She just has 2, or no? She has more since 2024.
Well, she has Cup and she has Stone, and then she also did one for a floral boutique locally. I guess it's not listed there. It was just kind of like
this is the house. She did.
The floral one was really nice too. It was very ambery.
So I'm not listening to
Let
you.
me see if I can look it up here.
This goes back to what we were talking about earlier, Neil, about artisan houses being close by and accessible. I mean, this are we looking at the next Aaron Terrence Hughes here? I have no idea.
No one could be Aaron Terrence Hughes.
I don't know if anybody wants to be.
Yeah, thank goodness. Thank goodness.
You want to be an elven Legolas, star in some kind of Hobbit movie, go for it. But yeah, he's. But I mean, everybody's got to start somewhere, right? I mean, everybody's got to start somewhere, and before you know it, we might see her at Scent Explorer this year or next. We don't know.
Was she at the one in Chicago? Sniffed? Is it Sniffed?
Fumed? No, I don't think so.
No. You never know. Maybe you should be there next year. So
Yeah, that's the place to go. There's a couple local houses around here too, where I say if you're trying to branch out and get into an expo show, all the feedback I heard from Fumed is like that's where you go. Sun Explorer if you want more attention, but it's also extremely overwhelming. It's so crowded. But like you will sell bottles if you go to Sun Explorer.
Yeah.
But if you really want that down to earth community feel, Fumed in Chicago seem to have that vibe.
Which I might try to set up going out there for the next. They still haven't announced the date, have they?
No, and they said keep an eye out because it's going to be sooner than a year, which would put them at. It would be next March would be a year, so I don't know if they're doing something this fall. That might be a little aggressive timeline, especially if they haven't announced it yet. But
oh well, let's move into the subject of the stream, and
after a 40-minute intro,
after a 40-minute intro,
we have a subject. I thought we were talking about.
What happens sometimes. Do a quick before we move into the subject. Just a quick shout out to Joel. Thanks, Joel, for showing up, being here as always. Sean stopping by.
That Parfum d'Empire house has excellent fragrances for the price.
Yeah, this one here.
Yeah.
Do you want stuff from them, Red?
No, I
Surprise.
as many bottles as I have. It's so funny, we hear these influencers talk about I have so many bottles of this, so many bottles of that, and it's the same old. You don't get to know these artists and these indie ones that you and Neil introduced me to. It's just a wonderful time where we're able to talk about some of these lesser known ones that really enjoy the artistry of it than dressing up like an elf or trying to get laid with Leighton. It's just,
Yes. Well, anyway, Anka Kus was what we were talking about as far as the fragrances. So as the story goes, again, if anybody hasn't heard it, somebody needed to pay some bills, and they decided to put their entire collection of this house up for sale. And it's oddly enough that the two other people in this conversation were people that I talked to about if they wanted to go halvesy with me in buying the house. John, I gave the offer to first, and he turned me down because he had other things lined up with his money. But Ren, on the other hand, he jumped on the opportunity to get his hands on the brand. And so we split the cost and got the entire house line. And the guy sent it over to me. And I've been trying them, if you go back to episode 7, because I think this is 8, we just talked about the first 4. And I wore them. I gave them full wearings, at least the ones that I really liked and wanted to wear the full wearings. Actually, I think I actually went through more than 4. I went through like 5 or 6 in that first one. And a few of them I just
went through about half.
Yeah.
Went through about half the house, yeah.
And I didn't feel that. I think 1 or 2 of them I was just, I'm not really feeling this one. I'm not going to try giving this one even a full wearing. But we're up to this one now. Miskule Harem, I'm guessing.
You didn't practice before we went live?
A little bit, but not fully, I didn't get the breakdown of how to say it correctly. Here, I'll bring it up. So we'll see right now what I think of it. I mean, from the atomizer, it smells pretty powdery. So might not be up my alley because I'm not a huge fan of super powdery fragrances. Let's hope the atomizer works on this one. Unlike one of the ones we tried. the collar, what happened with that one, the collar was lifted up just enough that it kept catching the sprayer tip as it got depressed, and it just spray everywhere. That wasn't. So sprayer works. Musky, definitely in the air. But still, it's kind of like very sweet in kind of like a powdered candy kind of way. I don't get really much.
It lines up with the pyramid.
I don't get much citrus per se. It's brighter, probably because of the citrus, but I don't get like a real citrusy note. I can kind of smell this amber in like the background of this opening. But definitely the top three here is definitely what I'm mainly getting, a musky, ambery, powdery, with, for me, powdery coming up a little bit more than ambery. And as this kind of muskiness, I'll have to put some on my skin too to give it a true wearing, because sometimes it smells different off your skin. Sometimes it's 1-to-1, but okay, now I get a little more of the kind of woody aspect off my skin, but it's still, and I get a little bit more of that kind of citrusiness, but it's still kind of like a sweet kind of powder candy type of effect. Let's scroll down to check out the notes. Oh, yep. The clementine. For sure. Like I know why I say for sure clementine, because clementine usually is like, when I think of clementine, I usually think of like a powdered orange candy, like a Pez or something like that. But I don't get so much like a citrus, like I don't get this pink grapefruit per se. I do get some of the florals from the mid. I don't get so much of the jasmine. I get more of this myrtle. I do get a little bit of this geranium, this kind of like almost cooling mintiness off of it.
Does the vanilla and the sandalwood give it a little creaminess?
It's smooth for sure. I guess you can consider both of it being like kind of creamy and smooth as being kind of one of the same thing. But I don't get so much of like a vanilla type of smell from it. I don't really get this like cherry. I know this cherry is pretty small comparatively to the other ones. Like when you pull up this, mostly musk, they're saying. I don't really get a cherry kind of accord at all from this one. I think this one, like, okay, the story about this one, because I read a little bit.
Dry down, maybe
in the dry down, yeah. The story about it, it's about the harem, right? Like going there and like the opulence of the sultans being able to like indulge themselves and relax.
You tell us, Neil, because I don't know that experience. You're very experienced in visiting those.
Yes, I'm world experience. I've been to many places in the world, and
many harems.
Many harems have been had.
That's why he knew how to pronounce the fragrance.
That's right. Yeah, if I only knew how to pronounce the fragrance, maybe I'd have my own harem. But yes, this definitely leans more feminine. Well, for me, things that are more powdery, definitely more feminine to me. And this is definitely leaning more on the feminine side. But I think if you like powdery, you might be interested in this. This kind of, actually, you know what this kind of reminds me of? I wonder if somebody has said that this smells kind of like the cloud, by J-Scent.
Yeah, Jason.
Because it kind of does remind me of a J-Scent fragrance. No, they don't. But I don't know if it's Cloud or the other one that was like, it was about a candy. Let me see if I can find it. There. J-Scent. It's either this one or this one. Let's see. No, it's not Cloud. Maybe it's. Ooh. Oh, maybe it's this one. Let's see. I think this is it. So this one, even though the note breakdown isn't the exactly the same, but it's kind of giving me kind of like this type of. On the skin, it's definitely different now as it dries down more. I'm getting almost a more of a kind of dirtiness to it, which could be the jasmine, like an indolic kind of jasmine. Or it could be the supposed oud accord that people are saying here at the bottom. It's kind of funny, like the cherry chord here is way down here, but in the voting, it's right behind musk. Yeah, I guess that could represent something. Like if you're talking about the theme of the harem, right? That kind of funkiness that might be represented in such a fragrance, such a smell.
One could only imagine.
Yes, one can only imagine. Because we've actually never experienced it, and never will. So maybe John will one day. I don't know.
John, you'll have to report it back to
you'll
us.
have to report back to us, John.
I'm too old. I don't know what Neil's issue is, but I'm too old. Oh, and of course I'm married. You know that plays into it.
A little bit.
Just a tad. So it's powdery. I mean, it's powdery. Is there any other well-known fragrances that you would say it's adjacent to as far as the powdery part?
Like I said, the gives me kind of reminiscence of a J-Scent fragrance. But besides that, like I'm not very super familiar of other powdery. It's not 40 knots. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Because 40 knots is a notorious powder bomb.
Powder bomb, yeah.
But this is not that, because there is other kind of things going on that don't line up with this one, because of the kind of aquatic nature that it also has, and almost kind of a barber shoppy, slightly kind of smell to 40 knots, but nice, but not for me.
Mm-hmm.
This is the whole bottle that Ren, you're going to be getting. You could be getting for sure. All right.
Yeah, Ren, have you smelled anything from this house yet?
I believe I have in one of my decants. I can't even remember. I think I have just one somewhere. Yeah. So I was really interested in getting my nose on the house, and I remember seeing that piece too, and I was so close. I was so debating. I was like, let me just pick this up. And Neil came along, and I was like, okay, sold. I'll do it. There you go.
For half the price, I'm sold.
Yes, half the price, absolutely. Is it powdery like vanilla powder? I think the vanilla on the vanilla powder is what takes that one particularly in a different direction. I don't know. You tell me, Neil. Have you smelled vanilla powder?
If it gets vanilla-y, I'm not smelling it yet. Like, I'm not super familiar with like vanilla powder. I'm more of a vanilla bean or vanilla extract person. So, but yeah, like as you can see here from the note breakdown, no one's really pointing out like vanilla as being something they really smell a whole lot of. I mean,
Right.
10 people do say they smell it in the fragrance, but maybe further later, because vanilla is a pretty heavy material, so it might only pop up at the end. But I don't know. Like I said, it's nice, but it's not my style. And this goes kind of like talking about styles. A completely different style is the style of fragrance that I sent John.
Yes. Neil was kind enough to send over a discovery set from Maxim. Have you smelled anything here, Ren?
Not that one either, but I have heard. I've heard of it, and so have you gotten a chance to try any of those?
No, I kept bugging Neil to go on a live because I wanted to get some first impressions here. And I was just briefly looking at a couple. I've seen some people that I follow on Instagram post a few of these as their scent of the days. One of my good buddies in the Discord fell in love with this brand too. So I really have not poked around much though. I mean, Neil, do you have any recommendations? I did want to check out the Musk Couture and then also the Cafe Mystique because I mean, my God, coffee, cardamom.
I think for you, Cafe Mystique is definitely a strong contender. I will say something about this brand, right? It is very oud forward on a lot of the scents. And that was almost something that I was like, all right, I want something different. I went to the next one and I was like, this is almost the same thing, but just slightly different. And I kept going to the next one and kept experiencing a similar feeling every single time. And I was like, I want to like these, but they're all kind of running in the same line. And I just didn't feel like I wanted anyone in particular. So I was just like, maybe just not for me.
Well, I don't think we're smelling anything tonight.
Okay, with that one, try pull up on the top of it a little bit, and then get your strip ready and spray it once. You'll have to do it probably a couple of times. Lift up.
I usually do this where I take it.
You
I have to take it fully apart.
Yeah.
Push it back down. For some reason that works.
This is a good point because I mean, Ren, I'm sure you've probably had plenty of this happening in the decant world.
Oh, absolutely. It happens more often than you think. Or maybe that just happens a lot often with me because I'm getting them 1,000 at a time. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I rarely, to tell you the truth, ever trust the sprayers from the samples. I'm usually popping the tops off and putting them into my own decant glass that I'm more confident with the sprayer. Also, there is talk about the volume of the spray itself doesn't give the fragrance itself justice in allowing it to really bloom and blossom like a full sprayer would. So you kind of have to, really OD on the spraying to out of a sample to get that kind of effect.
I can definitely understand that because some fragrances more is more. Like the more you spray it, the more you get of the fragrance. But then there's also those couple of fragrances that are less is more, where you only need a little bit and you can get the whole idea of the fragrance. You got some out, John?
Yeah. And that's to that point too. That's always why if I buy something that comes in a dabber, I'll always transfer it to an atomizer because I've noticed when you just dab on your skin, there's something about when you atomize it, it blooms in a way that lets the fragrance kind of express
Yeah.
itself the way it was designed. When you just kind of like
Yeah.
when you pour it on
Feel
yourself, it just
hard.
kind of feels like it just sits there.
Yeah.
I've noticed a difference pouring it on and then spraying it. It's totally different. I did get one little spray, but it's enough to get a scent out of it. It immediately reminded me of Tobacco I from Bortnikov.
Okay.
Well, that's what I was
oddly
about-
oddly enough, this is the son
yes.
of the house.
Yep.
Okay. Yes, that's coming back to me now. I remember this, hearing that story. I mean, that is like immediately what I thought of was the Tobacco I. Which is funny because this is supposed to be more coffee forward, and there isn't even a tobacco note in it.
Yeah, I think I got the coffee, like I pulled up the thing and then I plunged it down again. I pulled up the thing and I plunged it down again. I got a little bit more of the coffee after like the third spray onto paper. Did you try it just on skin? You didn't get it on paper?
Yeah, because it was such a struggle, and then my napkin picked up some of the sprays, just trying to get the atomizer to work. So I was like, I'm just gonna get it onto skin. But yeah, immediately reminded me of that Bortnikov.
Let's see. I'm gonna guess it. Some people maybe. No one combined.
Nobody yet.
Yeah.
Now, Bortnikov fragrances,
Good though.
they're pretty expensive, right? I mean, those things they're pretty expensive retail. I'm always looking for bargains to find them, and I think they have a beginner's line, and then they go into more of the meat and potatoes of Bortnikov, and then they have like a very luxury piece. And I'm seeing that the beginning lines, the cologne lines, are at discounters getting a lot more affordable. And so that's really able to open up Bortnikov as a company to a lot more people for affordability. Do we know how this is priced in the market?
Let's take a look.
Yeah, I do know some of the Bortnikovs, like these heavy ones, like that Tobacco I. I think it retails for over 400 or something like that. One thing I didn't like about that one, when I sprayed it on skin, it was actually kind of like sticky and pasty, and it was just like you could not get that near clothes. It's going to destroy clothes. So I ended up buying. They make an Attar version, and I bought the Attar instead. It's much cheaper because it's a smaller bottle, obviously, and yeah, it's a gorgeous scent though. This Cafe Mystique is really nice too. But yeah, immediately reminiscent of Bortnikov, like no question.
Yeah. So $320 for 50 ml, and $100 cheaper. $100 cheaper for 20 less ml. So definitely not on the cheaper side, but they do use real oud. So like, at least the quality. This isn't like a where they say there's oud, and sorry folks, there's no coloring in that fragrance of Roja to make you think that.
Not just Roja. I mean, come on, you got to. Yeah, it's like Oud Zaran,
Zarian, yeah. Zarian. Or how about the new Sauvage, huh?
Oh my god,
it's got oud in it too.
Oh yeah, one drop in a million.
That's all you need to call your fragrance to have oud.
So 320. That's a steep price for 320. I'm wondering if, just like with the Bortnikovs, if these will be found on discounters and get into more of a respectable, affordable range.
Well, I could tell you what they didn't spend their money on: a bottle design.
Yeah, well, You get, yeah, exactly. When you, that level, you got to spend all your money on the juice. The bottle, it's just a stock bottle that you get from China at
Because
20 cents a piece.
this is the exact same bottle.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Just not colored at all.
Yep. Yeah.
They probably have a better cat than this one, though. I'll tell you that much. But
yeah,
but still,
These are on Beauty Live.
Are they?
With 30% off
With the
retail.
30% off.
Beauty Live. Yeah.
Good. They carry Vornikov as well too.
Yep.
So
are you saying Maksim is in there too? Are you seeing Mac?
Yeah.
Beauty Live? Sweet. Yep. There you go. There you go.
Just the 50 ml right now though.
Yep. 40% off, 30% off.
And when you watch Beauty Live, then we'll move which ones are where, they'll move them up to the 40 or they'll move them to some of them move them to the 50, sometimes that's the time to strike.
It's very interesting if you follow that, you get their emails every now and then, and you watch that over time. I have the amount of houses that are now in those types of ranges of percents off has increased exponentially. I mean, amazing amount of numbers. I mean, when I first started looking at it, it was maybe 3 different houses. Now you get, all kinds of different houses are in there, maybe a dozen and a half in different ranks. And Neil, you're right. They move them around. I watched Sense of Wood come in because of my meeting with Fabrice, and it started at 30, then went to 40. Now it's at 50. And so now you're picking up Sense of Wood at $120 instead of $240. And that's a lot more respectable for that.
Yeah, for sure. I saw, I did see recently, since you brought up Scent of Woods, I did see a fragrance that he did not do himself. I didn't know he was not the perfumer on some of his fragrances.
He's not the perfumer on any of them. No.
Oh, I thought he was the perfumer on them.
So the story is, real quick, is he works with a whole bunch of different perfumers, and one perfumer might do like 6, another perfumer might do 3. But what he works on the perfumers with is the oil. So they'll mix up the oils, He'll go back and forth with them, and then he gets what he likes and says, okay, this is what I like. And then what he does is take the oil and mix it with the perfumer's alcohol that he has, I don't want to say fermenting, I want to say like maybe maturing in.
Yeah, I think it's called it aging. Yeah.
Aging. There you go. Aging.
Yeah,
so this alcohol is aging in these barrels, and all these different barrels that brings its own characteristics. And these barrels are used barrels when you're making alcohol, when you're making wine. He sources them from all over the place.
Yeah.
And that's also another reason why no 2 batches are going to be identical, because you're using different barrels. I mean,
yeah.
Plum and Cognac, he's got Vintage 24, which is a newer version, only because he switched out barrels.
Yeah, I can't remember what he said. He said they maybe get like 5 years out of a barrel or something. I can't remember what name he would have.
Yeah, I think I remember him saying
anything that's but now like they have vintages because it's new barrels.
It's new barrels.
It's not quite the same. Yeah, I think they just did that for Praline and Maple as well.
Yep, Praline and Maple.
New vintage.
Plum and Cognac is another one, and I'm sure they're going to do it for the others as well. But I mean, that's great. It's something to enjoy, and you enjoy it while it's there, and then you move on. You kind of have that experience, and then it becomes something in memory.
Yeah. But also, the scent is still close.
Yeah.
To each other. I mean, you have to be someone who can pick up those nuances of difference. But I think the majority of people that do smell it would be like, it smells the same. I don't know.
You mean the average Joe?
Yes, the average Joe. You know that guy. Go throw a guy at softball every once in a while.
Yeah, there you go. Well, that's cool. I like that. I might have to, pick up a discovery set of Maxim there, and try them out and see how they are. Because when I bought a couple of bottles of Bortnikov, I was like, wow, these are actually good. And so that'd be interesting to see.
I'll just send it along to you, Ren.
There you go.
Hey, there you go.
You're the next contestant. Huh?
I'm the next contestant.
Yeah, Neil, I just sprayed that musk as we were talking.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at that juice. Look at the juice.
That's
look at that
dark juice.
It's dark.
Man, wow. That's some thick stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, all of them.
It's not dense on skin though. It spreads out nicely on skin, so it doesn't look like you have a stain or a bruise or anything. But yeah, this is immediately like you were saying how they're all kind of similar. This smells like 90% the same to the cafe. Mystique.
So talking about similarities, because yes, it's in the family. Would you say, or would you characterize the similarities are similar to the similarities that you get between Mancera and Montal? Not the quality. The quality, of course, is, I believe, a lot better, but you get the similarities between some Montals and some Manceras. Do you think that this is kind of along that same vibe, or do you think it's more similar or a little bit less similar?
I haven't smelled enough Bortnikov to know. I will say just with the few that I'm very familiar with, at a minimum, you can tell. I mean, and also knowing that this is the son of Bortnikov.
Yeah.
And I didn't even remember that when I said this smelled like Bortnikov, and then Neil's like, well. And I was, oh, that's right. There's obviously a heavy influence there. Where if you didn't know what you were smelling and someone told you this is a Bortnikov, you go, yeah, that's a Bortnikov. I totally believe it. Yeah, I think you'd be hard pressed to, if you had Bortnikov and Maxim side by side, I think you'd be hard pressed to identify one over the other, at least off of these two.
I really am interested in the son's story. I'd really like to get that story. Neil, remember bumping into that one kid in Scent Explorer, and he was really reluctant to say, where he was from or where he came from, and then we finally pried it out of him. Yeah.
Who was this?
It was Latafa, right? He was the family of Latafa.
Okay.
And we're like, why? What? Huh?
No, Rasasi.
Rasasi. Okay, it was Rasasi. Why are you holding? He's like, are you kidding me? I'm trying to get out from underneath that shadow. That's a large looming shadow. So I'm wondering if the story of Bortnikov and the son is similar to that, or no, he's perfectly fine. He's carrying on and he has no issues that he's in that family.
I think it would lean more to he doesn't have issues, because on the house that the Rasasi son made, he doesn't put anywhere on his thing that he's from that house or that line. He keeps that very much separate. So I think he's very much wants to keep the two separate, so that way there's no association between his niche brand and a brand, a Arabian clone house, basically, for pretty much. I mean, they do their own like unique sense as well, but they're mostly known for clones.
Those are token scents. Those are the token scents to say, yeah, we've done that.
We make our own.
Original,
Yeah.
Something spilled when we were making a clone and said, oh, that smells pretty good. We'll bottle it up and call it ours.
Not everything could be Hawass, right?
No. And I mean, Hawass has blown up. I mean, holy smokes.
Yeah.
They don't come out in ones or twos. They come out in one or two dozens at a time. It's phenomenal. It's crazy.
But let's move on to another one from Anka Kus. And we're going to do this one. Blakely Park. I believe this is a park in Australia, if I remember correctly. Off the atomizer. Is this leaking? No.
Hey, come on, man! Don't be leaking these bottles.
Very, very floral. They got to travel somewhere.
They gotta get to me.
Very floral, soapy. So let's see. Let us see.
Is it Blakely Park? You said?
Yeah.
Bleakley
Park.
Bleakley Park.
Is it in Melbourne or Sydney? Where is it at? Very yellow floral off the top, off the paper. Let me put it on skin too. Put this on the right side. Kind of get that alcohol off the skin more. I get more earthiness. And also ozonic off of skin. That's kind of weird. But off of paper, yellow floral has kind of like gone away a little bit. Here, I'll bring the share tab instead.
Brisbane.
It's Brisbane? Okay.
Brisbane, yeah.
All right.
Brisbane, Australia.
Mate.
And we're thinking, is this a park? If I had to categorize this park, not as big as Central Park. It is in a ton of residential districts. Central Park, of course, is around the high rises, but this one would be more a subdivision abutting a major road. But probably around the size of Central Park, maybe just a little bit less.
Okay.
And of course, looks a lot better. I'm sorry, but I think it looks a lot better than Central Park.
That's fine. No shade thrown at you for not liking Central Park.
I'm a good Southerner. Them northern boys in the northern states, man. I can't get them. Made in New York City. Yeah.
But at least it was American.
That's true. That's true. There you go. So it's floral. I mean, what kind of florals is it? White florals?
Floral was kind of gone. The yellow floral was very heavy at the start, and then it kind of came down, and now it's kind of more. I'm getting more of the greenery on it. And this is kind of like a leafy green leaf, right? More than on skin. It's like, this is one of those ones like we did with bicycle in French. How to say bicycle in French. This is one where the skin scent is very different from the strip scent. And I'm getting a lot more kind of that earthiness off of the skin. There's also something, I don't know if it's the aromatics or the fresh spice that they're talking about, that it kind of giving me like a culinary herbish type of smell. Maybe coriander or something. Let's scroll down to see. But I'm kind of getting like some sort of kind of herb. Not sure which one that would be.
I mean, what's mimosa by itself smell like? Is that kind of yellow floral?
Very sweet, powdery, lightly green, woody nuance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mimosa's a really nice note.
Nice drink too. I mean, I don't know if you guys know about that.
Tulip, florals, kind of, maybe this could be it. The saffron nature of a tulip. That could give me that kind of like culinary type of vibe to it.
You get any of that
Carnation.
violet?
Carnation too kind of has that dirty saffron-ish.
Yeah. Am I getting the violet? A little bit. Like that maybe where the kind of the ozonic type of nature from it is coming from. It's much lighter, like on paper. I get more of this lily of the. I'm guessing it's a lily of the valley. I get more of this hyacinth from the paper, while off of skin I get more of kind of like this inky oak moss, dirty, floral, a little very slightly leathery in the background. For something that would be, you would think this much florals, you would say that is probably more of a feminine fragrance. This one is actually probably less feminine than the harem one, because this is very kind of like I said, sweet powdery, right? While this is kind of just floral, slightly green on paper and more earthy, leathery, inky. So
Yeah,
this
ink is a very interesting note. I don't know about you guys, but I'm seeing it more often in
Are you really?
fragrances. Yes, and I don't know what it is about the ink that is, I guess, making it seem a little bit more popular in that smell. I mean, acro ink, I think, is probably the closest thing to a mainstream ink fragrance, if you would. And then there was some
Silver Mountain Water.
There you go. Exactly. So I don't know. I mean, ink, oak moss, Dutch was saying, it's interesting. It's a very interesting combination, especially with the florals thrown in there as well.
Yeah. I don't know. There's something about it. It's just bad pun here. Kind of almost smells almost like a rusty Brillo pad that has been used on a pot.
Neil, did you just get off of work? Is that what's going on? Did you just get home from work?
Hey man, I was off today. I
mean, are you jonesing to go back to work? You're thinking about pots and you're thinking about Brillo.
Before the stream, I did wash the dishes. So
okay. He's got food stuck under his fingernails.
That's what he's smelling.
He's picking up whips.
Oh my gosh.
Rusty Brillo.
Here's your rusty Brillo pad fragrance, folks. That'd be interesting. This is another one's going to go down to you, Ryan.
First sniff.
I mean, they're all going down to you, but
first sniff, rusty Brillo pad in a pot that needs to be cleaned.
That's right. It writes itself.
There you go. Exactly.
Yeah, I'll be interested to watch how you react to this.
Oh yeah. What's up?
All right. Let's go back to John. What are you sniffing on, John? Still the same ones?
Yeah, just comparing the differences. So that musk one.
Let's bring up the musk one.
It's definitely more about the oud as it dries down, and then that it has a couple fruity notes with the lychee and the raspberry. I don't pick it up as much in the dry down, but in the opening, I could pick up little subtle whiffs of it, and that was giving it just that little bit of extra character that the cafe one didn't have. In the cafe one, 20 minutes later, 15 minutes later, smells. It's smoothed out a little bit, whereas the Tobacco I from Born to Coffee really just has like a bold presence of tobacco and oud the whole time. This one really kind of smooths out. It still smells more like oud tobacco than coffee to me, though. It's probably just the mix of coffee with those ambery notes and benzoin and things like that.
But we'll see how dark the juice is in this picture, though, for the musk one, for sure.
It's between the two. The musk one is slightly darker than Cafe.
Yeah, lychee, raspberry. This is one I think Sean might be interested in smelling. So, but yeah, it's definitely this is the one that some of them definitely gave me kind of like medicinal oud smell. Some of them kind of gave me a little bit of that barnyardy, funky oud smell. So, and look, this one, it has cypher oil as well as oud. So it's like it's double dipping on the kind of like oudness of it.
I just sprayed the Shipra. Yes, boy. Oh, I got always go manual focus here for this.
Go.
Shipra de Grande. I tried to grab something that looked like it would have to smell different than the others. I was like, oh, Shipra. Okay. That's a really nice opening. Bright. It still has an ambery base to it, but much brighter than the musk in the cafe. Let's take a look at those here as you bring it up. Shipra de Grande.
French toast. I mean, shrimp toast. That shrimp toast fragrance of unspoken gesture. I'm sorry. Everything's going to be food.
It has something to do with work. I'm thinking it's something to do with work.
It is. Trust me. Everything I smell is going to, if it has anything to fire off a scent memory, it's going to fire off a scent memory of food.
Yeah. Lime.
Yeah, there's absolutely a blast of lime in the opening.
Yeah.
You get much of the licorice on it?
No, that must be more of a dry down thing. This doesn't smell. I mean, I guess this sort of has cheaper qualities to it, but maybe it's just because the lime is so powerful.
Yeah, like it's very loosely cheaper.
Yeah, because like I would expect the floral in the mid to have more presence, but it really doesn't. Yeah, no licorice yet. It's lime, and the oak moss is coming through, kind of that like I don't know. It's the combination of the oak moss and the lime is giving like a dirty, sparkling quality. It's quite nice. Definitely different than the other two. Yeah, I'm curious to see how that one dries down.
Yeah.
Did you have favorites or anything that's going to be full bottle for you from here?
From this house?
Yeah.
No.
Really?
Yeah, nothing of it for me stood out as being something I'd want to get a bottle of. Unfortunately, I hate when that happens because you get it, you paid for the sample, hoping you'd find something you might like, but nothing on there was like, yes, I need this now, right now, yesterday actually, but
yeah,
none of them for me were like, oh yes, I need that. It's just I don't know, maybe it's just not my style the way he constructs this particular house.
Have you smelled some Bortnikovs as well?
I've only smelled a handful, really. I probably have one or two on this desk somewhere.
Yeah, I'd be curious, just recognizing the similarities between the two. If there's anything from Bortnikov you would like,
I think
and there's so much more.
I think we were given in a Scent Explorer, in the most recent one, there was a Bortnikov, a little vial, and that kind of decent amount in it too. But I gave that. I think I gave that one to Austin, so he's got it now.
What? I don't remember a Bortnikov.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was one in there. But I mean, not every sample box is exactly the same. So
No, there were some different. Yeah.
yeah. Brian has returned. Welcome back, Brian.
Yeah. The only Bortnikov sample or decant that I have is Chippery Nord, and I'm wondering if those two Chipperies are
Like, have you smelled them side by side?
smelling them. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I did like the Chippery Nord that Bortnikov had. That was pretty good too.
All right. Well, let's go. I'll go back to ones I got here, and we'll do this one. Betwixt and between. So
I see rose, I see wood. Is this another rose oud combo, Neil?
smelling it from the atomizer, it's sweet from the atomizer. So ambers, I'm getting ambers from the atomizer. It smells nice from the atomizer. Sprayer works. We're good there. Rose, like a very kind of like alcohol rose, like a boozy rose.
Mm.
Let's get some on skin. We'll see. This one's a little closer. It's definitely actually smokier on my skin, which is not a surprise because my skin, that's another reason why I had a problem. I have a problem with a lot of fragrances that have smoke in the main accords, is that my skin just, I don't know, hates smoke, and it just repels it at a velocity.
That escape velocity here.
Yes, it's like the escape velocity. It wants to escape it away from itself. And all I smell off the skin a lot of times where things have smoke is the smoke. So
is it a sooty? Now, this is probably a little weird question, but is it kind of like a soot type of smoke, or is it
for dirt? It's a very dark, dirty smoke. Yeah,
dirty, dark smoke. Okay.
Yeah, this is something like you just made. You're making coal basically from wood, like, and you got like that ashy, like you have burnt down that wood, so it's just black now.
With rose, that is
with rose
combination. I mean, oud wood with rose is a very famous, well played out, everywhere you go type of combination, but the wood and the oud is more smooth. It's more complementary. What you're describing is something that would, you would think it would battle or fight with the rose. I mean, how is that? How are they melding together? How are they gelling together, Neil?
Well, I can tell you, like, off the paper, the rose is balanced better for me. I can kind of get it, and it's like a smoky kind of rose, but off my skin, the rose is completely dominated by the smoke. Maybe as it dries down, the smoke will kind of lift off, and I'll probably be left with what I smelt from the atomizer. So what I smelt from the atomizer was kind of nice, kind of a slightly sweet, rosy, woody fragrance. I do get off paper a little bit musky. What was that, John?
This is one that I smell, so I was just going back to my notes.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just see if any of this agrees with you. So I said I liked it. I found it fairly linear, though it wasn't very dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
But I noted that it was sort of like an airy rose and smoke combo, which I actually call the fascinating combination.
Yeah, well, I mean, Ren just made that same comparison too. Like, there's not many fragrances that have that.
Easy to wear, easy going. I also said it smelled suspiciously synthetic was how I phrased it.
Huh.
I said it's not obviously rose, smoke, or anything else. It's just a single blended linear scent accord.
Yeah, I mean,
Not that it smells bad, but it's one of those things where all the notes just kind of blended. You sort of smell the mix of what they are instead of the components themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So in this particular one, the rose is on purpose, not trying to be jammy, not trying to be sweet. It's trying to be smoky, dark. I just quickly looked up Black Rose Halfeti by Zaharoff to see if there's any similarities there, but it does not, because it's the smoke seems to be more prominent in this one from what you're saying than that one.
Yeah, I've owned that fragrance and sold it off.
Black Rose Halfeti?
Yeah.
What were you thinking? That's phenomenal. I wrote a long review on that one.
I had no use case for it at the time, really.
Oh, I compared that one to Wednesday Addams. If Wednesday Addams had a fragrance that she would wear, it would be that one. And so now I'm curious to smell this one and how dark this one would be, and if that would replace Wednesday's.
Did you get a Caron's Veil from Argos?
Yeah.
So
got that one too. Bit of smokiness in that one.
Of smokiness in that one. I liked that one better than Black Rose, and I felt that I could probably maybe wear it a little more, but I still didn't think I could wear it enough to keep it. So I sold that one off as well. This was like the thing about, I think this one is starting to get to the dry down because I'm starting to get more of the amber now as it starts to dry down. So I am getting, for me, this is more than just a linear fragrance for me. Did you try it on skin as well, John? Yeah.
Yeah.
It never got sweet.
No, I don't recall it being sweet at all.
Yeah. I think that's like I said, my skin hates the smoke so much that it tries to get rid of it, that it's on my skin. I can start detecting the smoke leaving the building, and I'm getting more of the amberiness and the rose, which I said, like, I liked the atomizer before I smelled it, before I sprayed it. So if it dries down to being something more rosy, ambery, leathery with woody nuances and a little bit of this cashmere musk, I'd be more interested in that. I would just have to wait, maybe half an hour before getting to that part. But no, I would give this a chance. This one I'd give it a chance.
Yeah,
so.
I did really like the idea that smoke and rose were the dominant notes here. Was it was really nice. I did really like it.
John, did you try this one? I did try this one, not on camera.
No.
I think you would really like this one because it starts off kind of smoky, it starts off quite smoky, but then as it dries down, it becomes lighter and aquatic, which is very unique for a fragrance that I've experienced before.
Yeah, that's a neat evolution.
Yeah. But I mean, I hope that it would do that for you as well. But if it never got off the smoky part like my skin's doing now, it may kind of stay linear for you as well.
Actually, yeah, I remember I was looking at the notes after our last stream, and then I found it on the website. I was debating just blind buying it because I think you did. I thought you did smell it. Maybe you just sprayed it on strip or something.
No, I didn't. I didn't spray this one.
Okay.
But yeah, it was a mutual friend of me and Ren's really wants this fragrance. Let's just say.
Oh,
Really?
yes, that's right.
Yeah, he really wants
And
this
yet-
fragrance.
And that's when you were telling me about it before, and I was like, okay, this
Yeah,
might be a blind buy then, because
Yeah.
SensePlay didn't have this in stock for samples.
and he's been looking for it everywhere. And now that we have it, he's really hoping that we both don't like it enough to keep it, and that he can buy it off of us.
Take it off your hands for you. Do you a favor.
But yeah, it's an interesting fragrance. I will definitely give it that because, and
Look at
weirdly
that.
enough,
Birch
like
tar.
that,
Wow.
the birch tar is what
Yeah.
really gives it that kind of burnt, like smokiness that I was not a fan of because it's too much for my taste in the world that I live on. Like if you smell like you're burnt, you've gone too far with your cooking. So something's wrong.
Unless you're Francis Mallman.
I guess unless you're Francis.
That
So
man loves his burnt fruits, burnt whatever.
Yeah.
birch tar, C notes. That is such an interesting, weird combo because C notes, we think of fresh, and birch tar, at least me, I think dirty. And to have that, together, it's just an amazing, interesting scent to put those two notes together. I mean, we were talking about it earlier. I was thinking maybe like a wooden boat that had burnt while it was still on the ocean. You're sitting on a wooden boat that had burnt up, and you're on the ocean, and you kind of getting those two smells together. Maybe, I don't know. That'll be very interesting to see how that one smells.
I think, yeah. And what happened, so I sprayed it on. This was, I was getting ready to go to bed. And Luke's his name, was like, did you try it? I'm like, I'll tell you what, I'll try it. I got up out of bed. I sprayed some on my arm. I sprayed some on paper. And I'm like, well, yeah, I kind of wish I didn't do that. But I just did it. And now I smell like smoke.
Going into bed.
I told him, yeah, it's kind of airy, smoky, but definitely something I would not want to buy a bottle of. So he was like stoked. He was like, yes, I'm one step closer. And then I went to bed, and I woke up in the middle of the night, and just out of habit, because I knew I sprayed it on, I smelled it, and I was like, it's not smoky anymore. It's now kind of aquatic and light and kind of ambergris-ish. And I'm like, what is going on? Like I was kind of amazed in that aspect that it went from being as smoky as it was to being as aquatic as it became as it dried down. So kudos for making a fragrance that kind of like stand out, unique, that I've never experienced before. So this is actually starting to get sweeter and sweeter as it goes on too. The betwixt and between. So I don't know. So what were we like 20 minutes maybe after I sprayed it? And I've already gotten kind of to the point. That's not that bad of a wait time. Just wait 20 minutes before leaving the house. And then you start smelling good. At least as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. I was just thinking, looking at this birch tar Sino combo, have either of you smelled the new-ish Portuguese Man of War from Zoologist?
No. I want to get that sample. Yeah.
Take a look at the notes for that, Neil, because I don't think this is going to be the same as that, but it's doing the same type of combination.
Oh, they don't spell like that. Okay. Let's see. For spicy. I'm trying to remember if I actually did smell this, but I don't think I did. Gunpowder.
Yeah, gunpowder. Yeah.
So instead of birch and sea notes, it's gunpowder and seaweed.
Yeah.
This one's quite nice, and it's an Antoine Lee too, so it's promising out the gate. I bought a travel size of this one. I really like it.
Well, I mean, you mostly buy travel sizes of that house, though. So
Yeah, I think I had like 16. It's the only way to stock up on that house without going into debt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I honestly think that's a way to go with a lot of houses, actually. You know, you don't necessarily need, because they're strong enough and have enough presence that you don't need to overdose. Like I'm perfectly fine with these 10 ml hommages that I've been getting lately, you know.
Yeah.
You could always...
And when it comes to going on vacation, like when we go to Sun Explorer, those are the fragrances I pack.
Yeah.
I think I actually wore 2 zoologists on the Sun Explorer.
I remember.
Days.
Yep.
You could always...
I used to create the 2 ml decants, but that was such a pain having to do the funnels and the amount of waste. So now I just try to source, 10 mls or smaller directly from the house. So it's factory sealed. I'm not losing any top notes trying to transfer anything into a decant and making a mess. And then I end up with a bag of like 20 10 mls that come with me on a 3-day vacation.
Speaking of master of decants, the man who knows most about that.
Yeah.
How do you prevent losing those top notes?
It is mastery of sealing your decant bottles. That's really it. I did an experiment where I left some open. It was the same fragrance, and I put a little bit in a bottle, and I did different situations of where it was open, where it was not completely sealed, and I left it for 6 months, and I wrote an article about that as well. And you do lose some of those top notes because of that air that gets into it. But if you keep them sealed, the loss isn't that much. It really isn't all that much. And so, having close to 3,000 decants here at the house, I'm very mindful of losing all of that to evaporation. So yeah, it's definitely, you got to seal it. And there's nothing wrong with getting a couple of samples and just having samples around. Those accumulate. I kind of lose track of them when I do them. And so I usually accumulate samples, and doubles and triples of those will go into a decant because I can keep them better. And again, the spray as well is another thing too. So decants are a really good way to go. The official sizes, I'm so glad that some of these brands are coming out with smaller sizes, recognizing that is a thing. We love their product. We just we can't enjoy a full bottle because it's just too much. It's too gluttonous. So coming out with 10s, 11s, 12s, even 15s it's a great way to go.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now, Ren, when you do your decanting, do you buy syringes and actually pull the liquid?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's a better way to do it too, right? Because when I was just kind of doing it on the fly, I would take a funnel and I was just gently spraying as best I could. But you lose some quality there. It's enough to get you by for 2 days, but it's really not the way you want to go.
And you were talking about it, John, earlier about the mixing of the air. And so the whole scientific concept of a sprayer is forcing the liquid through a very small orifice, and that force aerosols it because you just can't get any more flow without it going into that direction. That's just the nature of liquid. And so that aerosol, that airing, mixes with that and prematurely degrades it. And so, it's definitely not one thing you want to do unless it's in a pinch. I mean, in a pinch, you want to do something real quick, but not at all on the level that I do it. You don't want to do that. Syringes are the way to go. People go, well, what's the cost of syringe? If you get them in bulk, those things are extremely cheap. When you get them in bulk, it's not worth doing it the other way. Yeah, 10-20s, 10-20 mLs are a great sweet spot. You can build a beautiful collection of 10 and 20 and not have to take up a whole freaking garage.
Yeah. Like even the 30 mLs that Zernel Gilly has there, they're decent size too. So
yeah. Yeah. Which I'm almost done with my collection. I have one more to go. Blues.
Blues. Oh, okay.
Blues. Yeah.
Until fall, when he's going to have another one.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
He's going to be at Scent Explore.
Well, yeah, but I mean, just when you think you have a collection done,
one more.
there's always one more. It's always one more.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Was that your last
Ankukush?
Ankukush?
I got one left.
One more left. All
this
right.
is the last one.
I like that one.
There you go.
Top cop.
Top copy.
Top
maybe?
copy. There you go. Top copy.
Top copy. Let's see. From the atomizer.
Another floral.
Yeah. Kind of floral from the atomizer.
So we've had a slew of florals and the one in the beginning.
Smokiness.
The
harem. The powdery.
Powdery. Yeah. So we had a lot of floral and we had a lot of powdery. I'm sorry, I missed it. Were your other ones like that too? Or they
the brand seems to do a lot of florals. I will say, just quickly going over before I spray this, the ones that I really liked that were floral was like this one, which was kind of a masculine kind of rose, which was nice. Reminded me a bit of Lamar, Kajal's Lamar, just a little dirtier. So it was a little, I liked it a little better for being a masculine fragrance. Another one here, another rose, Jezebel. This kind of reminded me a bit of Argos's Birth of Venus. So it's very fruity and floral.
Yep.
But again, it has a bit of kind of like rough edge to it that made it something that I was like, oh, this is nice. I couldn't get with Birth of Venus because it was too feminine, but this one I can get because of it. The other ones I talked about, this one before, the Absinthe Mind. I really like that because it was like a lighter absinthe anisey flavor smell to it. Something I feel I could have this and La Havre at the same time. This amber one, this was his first fragrance that he did for the house, I believe. It's an amber fragrance. It is pretty basic of a fragrance, and it dries down to being pretty close to being like an angel share, but slightly nuanced. There's a little bit of leatheriness here and there when you catch it in the wind, type of aspect to it. But again, I have sugar leather, so sugar leather kind of covers that kind of niche that I have for that type of fragrance line. This kind of a little bit of the sheep type of aspect to it. Yeah,
I think that's
has a bit of rosiness to it. I kind of like this, but I didn't like it as much as I liked the other ones. What else I have here? I didn't get to wear this. It was just too powdery. Like I knew for myself, and it was too hot as well, that I wasn't going to be able to give this a good wearing. So I didn't get the chance to wear it. Going back over some of the other ones real quick. I think this one was one of the more disappointing ones because I had higher hopes for this one because it was a Manhattan fragrance. And I don't know. I lean towards Manhattan fragrance things. Manhattan from Roja. I like that.
Manhattan from Roja. Doesn't that smell familiar?
Yeah, it does. Like tobacco vanille. But better.
But better. Yeah, better.
I was just kind of disappointed with this one, really more than anything else. I think the one that I didn't like the most was this one. I just couldn't get with it at all. Like, it was too 2 lavender, cleaner lavender, and like it was like a bar of soap. Then I just lavender soap, and I was like, I don't really want to smell like lavender soap at all. So, but anyway, on to this one. Let's see what this is about. Okay. This one's interesting. Get on the skin. This is giving me definitely old vintage style perfumery right here. I'm trying to even think. Getting florals for sure.
This is that to copy one?
Yes, the Jordan de copy. Let's see. Let me pull up the notes for everybody so they can see. Here it is. Let's share this one instead.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not getting on skin, definitely not getting fruitiness. On skin, I'm getting more woodiness, more woody, aquatic, ozonic. On paper, I'm getting more floral. And kind of like maybe this is just the opening. I'm getting more of the aromatic, fresh spiciness. I get on the skin, I get a little more of the spiciness, but it's fainter. Maybe the floral, the red florals, whatever red florals he's using, if it's rose, probably rose. He seems to like rose.
He has a touch of rose in there. It looks like people are saying there's a bit of rose in there, but you did mention the salty aquatic bit being probably that ambergris. More people tend to pick that one up.
Maybe. I like Dutch's Manhattan.
No true words said.
No true words said. But better, yes. I can see the similarities between this and the Blakely Park or Bleakley Park, because they have some of the same things in it. Like a violet leaf, they got a tulip. I'm getting the geranium in it, and I'm getting a little bit of this juniper berry. That's why I kind of thought it was kind of a classic because of the juniper. But the juniper is more at the top for me. I'm not getting any sort of like screechiness from any sort of orange blossom. So there's not, I mean, it's not voted very high. So yeah, it's only 3 people actually get it.
Are you picking up? Did you say you're picking up a lot of fig or no?
No, it's not overly figgy for me.
Most dominant vote on that.
Yeah, it's the most dominant note for people. I'm not picking it up at all. Maybe it comes in later on, but usually fig is a kind of a top note for most things. Unless it was there.
I've never really smelled tulip in anything. Maybe the florist, one of the florist fragrances has tulip in it. I almost never see tulip.
I'm going to spray a little bit at the beginning again. Maybe the fig is kind of really only there at the very start. No. Yeah. No, I'm not really getting it. I definitely like the very first blast of it. I think it smells really nice. I think as it dries down, it definitely seems a little too aged for me.
Dated, aged.
Dated and aged, and not in a good way. Because you know how some 80s and 90s, even 90s fragrances nowadays compared to designer, like if you're smelling a designer from the 80s compared to a designer of the 90s, the designer of the 80s almost smells niche to you now.
Oh, it was back then before, these allergens and
IFRA and all
decided
the
to, cancel.
you can only use these 5 ingredients.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what's going to happen to people's skin.
No.
But yeah, it's kind of too tame in that aspect. Like I said, I like the opening, the very first opening, and because the part that I just sprayed, I enjoy more than I do the part that I sprayed first.
So you're liking more of the mid dry down kind of.
I'm not caring for the mid right now. It's kind of very nah. While the opening is still something a little more interesting. And I'm getting kind of like I'm getting cedar, more of the cedar on the skin. So the juniper and the cedar are coming out with probably, I guess, a little bit of the patchouli, giving it kind of like that earthiness. It's okay. It's one that I probably, maybe I would give this a chance on a full wearing. That's what I'm probably going to do is I'll give them the ones that I want to give a chance to. Like I'm going to give this one a chance to be twixt in between. I'll give the Jordan one a chance. I don't think I'm going to give the Bleakley Park a full wearing. I just don't think it's going to work out because it's like I said, it's a rusty kind of Brillo pad, man.
That's a wild association.
That is.
So
I'm gonna steal that one.
Okay,
I'm gonna
that's
steal
fine.
that one now.
I freely give it to you. But yeah, that's the whole house, and for me, it's hey, look, not everything is supposed to be for everyone. And I'm fine with that. Like I can say that 7 of the 14. Wait a minute, that's exactly half. 7 of the 14, I wouldn't be too upset about having. So there you go.
And unfortunately, you didn't have Veta Verite in there.
No, I know there's 16 of the house, and one was a limited release, and the other one,
it was super expensive. And then Veta Verite was one of his newer ones.
Yeah.
Which, I mentioned on the last stream, if you've smelled Greenlee from Parham de Marley, just that it's really just green apple dominant. Veta Verite is the same way. Maybe it's a little bit cleaner, a little bit more crisp. But it's, even though it's called vetiver, and I expect it to be a really good vetiver fragrance, it's really a green apple fragrance with a little bit of, vetiver just playing a supporting role.
Yeah, and maybe he had that one. Maybe he had those two as well, but he wasn't willing to sell those two. Like those were the ones
he needed money, but not.
He just needed just enough money.
He didn't want to get rid of the ones he really liked from that.
He really liked, yeah.
Which I don't blame him.
Hey.
Keep the ones you really want to keep, and then get rid of the rest. So, but yeah, that was the whole shebang there for them. Would you want to try any more from the ones you got?
The last one I sprayed was the Cologne d'Agar.
Yeah, I remember you. Yeah.
Let me Before y'all jump into that one, let me just say we got to the old man got to 9 o'clock. I'm gonna have to run. I'm interested in knowing about that, John. So I'll be following up and seeing what you guys think.
Watch the replay and let us know what you think in the comments.
Yeah, absolutely. They stay. They're up there for a while, right? On your channel
for a little bit. Yeah,
a little bit. Good. So get my button gear. Hey guys, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I really enjoy talking fragrance with you guys. It's so much fun. Definitely some great takeaways, some good pointers about decants, and I definitely like the Brillo pad. Love you guys. Love to see you guys out there in the fragrance community. Hey guys that joined us out there, thank you so much for your support, and we definitely appreciate the love that you give us. So we will see you again, right?
Catch you later, Ren.
Take it easy.
See you later, Ren.
See you.
Yeah. And again, I was looking through the list just to see, okay, what's probably going to be different than the others. And some of them had the word cologne in it.
Mm-hmm.
Stood out like, okay, that must be different. It's fine. It's rose oud in the base with, it has a saffron. I think Szechuan pepper was another note. So it kind of has like that bright peppery quality to it. But besides that extra characteristic, it's really just a rose oud. So perfectly good. I think if you wanted a rose oud with a little bit of extra character, I think that Szechuan pepper, a little bit of leatheriness from the saffron. It gives it just a little bit of extra character, so it's not just a rose oud. But if you're really coming down to it, it's every house has their rose oud.
True, and this is their rose oud.
Yeah.
So I mean, it comes down to when you're in the game as deep as we've been now. It comes down to those nuances. Like if you really like that kind of slightly saffron-y oudiness to it, to your rose oud, then maybe you might like this one more than you might like some of the other rose ouds that are out there. So
yeah,
kind of check that out.
All right. Those are the 4 I'm going to sample tonight. So what is that? I got 6 more. Good 6.
And there are, just to warn you, there are a few more that have a hard time spraying.
Okay.
There's like, I think 2 or 3 more of them that have a hard time spraying. That I got them to spray, but I just had to kind of do that trick of like lifting them up a little bit and then pressing it down.
Yeah. And then just hoping it gets on your skin and not
on your fingers or everywhere else. Yeah.
Yeah, but some of these other ones look good, like Oud Indushu looks really good. This Bestia Sacra sounds really nice. Amber Balsam. Those are 2 words I like.
Yeah.
Amber and balsams, like hello.
Yeah, I think you'll appreciate this brand a little more than I was able to. Yeah. So you might find a bottle out of that. So
yeah, I think so. Part of me wants to be able to, because these are the characteristics I look for in perfumery, and I really like Bortnikov. I want to explore more Bortnikov. I'm not sure why I haven't. It's one of those houses where there's so many fragrances, whereas like you get the decision fatigue. You're like, I don't even know where to start, and then something else catches your eye that's a little bit easier to dive into, and you get in that cycle and keep forgetting.
I totally understand that feeling where you get almost analysis paralysis in a kind of way, right? Where you see all of them and you're like, I don't even know where to start. I guess I can start by picking the most popular one, but that doesn't really help you in the grand scheme of things, because the fragrance that you might gel with the most might not be the most popular one.
Yeah.
So, I mean, odds are more likely if it's a more popular fragrance, but that still doesn't consider personal taste and stuff. So, all right.
So when when are you sending those Ankas down to? Are you sending him all the bottles? Like, how are you guys?
I'm gonna send him all the bottles because since he's the professional decanter, I'm not. I'll let him decant them all, and then I said to him, hold on to them, bring them back up at Scent Explorer, and then you can give them to me at Scent Explorer. Don't even bother sending them via shipping. Don't bother. Just bring it. Put it in your suitcase and bring them up.
So is he just gonna take decants and you'll get bottles back?
No, what we'll do is we're gonna do kind of like a round robin type situation where I'll pick one that I want, he'll pick one that he wants. I'll pick one that I want, he'll pick one that he wants. And we'll kind of go through the whole line like that. I'm hoping he'll like the ones that I don't. So that way it's an easy thing, but he might take some of the ones that I like, but that's fair enough because some of the ones that I like them, and I would think that I like kind of nice fragrances. So I'm hoping that he would be like, yeah, you know what? You're right, Neil. Those are good ones. I'm going to want one of those too. So I'm just going to make sure I pick the one I want the most first.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll be curious to see. Hopefully in a future stream, we can get to see his.
Yeah, that'd be nice. We'll just let him, even if it's not watching him smell it firsthand the first time, getting just his overall opinion on all of them, the whole line, would be kind of a nice bookend for the whole set.
Yeah, and then once I'm done with this, I'll send this along to him too because he seems excited to dive into them.
Yeah, we'll see if he likes it after he smells them, but hey. Anyway, well, thank you everybody for hanging around, chilling out. Dutch, appreciate it. Brian, thank you much. Joel, Saga, Mr. Saga. Thank you everybody that came by and participated, and anybody who just watched. Thank you for coming by. There's a right down here. There's a little thing keeps popping up here. Keep seeing liking and subscribe. If you could do that too, that'd be great. And go check out John's Instagram. John Smells the World. In fact, I think I still have this right here. Yeah. If you want to scan that little QR code, it'll bring you right to his IG site. So you can follow him there. He constantly wears things that most people don't even know they existed. So
I think I get too much credit for that, but that's generous.
Hey, it's not like you have you ever worn like an Aqua de Jo and posted it on there? No,
because I wasn't really involved I wasn't heavily involved in social when I got started, and that was my designer phase.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't really worn. So yeah, I don't really own designers, so I just don't wear them. I sold some of my designers.
And a lot of your niche are not even like well-known niche either. I mean, you have some decently known niche, but not like the top brand names and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's funny. I posted. I wore Perseus, that
perfume. I remember that
a couple of weeks ago, and someone messaged me and was like, "That's a bit pedestrian for you, isn't it?" Hey, I owned a few from Parfum de Marly. I sold late recently because I was looking at the list, and I think I last wore it in 2024.
Wow.
2023, and I was like, well, I mean, the data doesn't lie. Don't kid yourself. Even
if you don't reach for it, yeah,
give it to someone who's going to actually spray it and enjoy it.
Yeah.
I kept Herod because I really like that scent profile, and I bought that one early on. That was my first niche, and then Perseus I just love too. That's I love Haitian vetivers, that nice clean vetiver, and it's just an excellent, long-lasting grapefruit.
Yeah, you know what I thought was kind of funny? Do you feel that that's because I draw a correlation between it and Terra Hermes. So
I would say,
surprised
yeah.
Ryan didn't say it either. Like when he was talking, when I was asking him, what does it smell like? When we were talking about, I forget what we were talking about. That brought that up. That brought it Perseus up. Oh, can't remember the name right now. But we were talking about a fragrance that smelled like Terra Hermes, and he brought up Perseus, and I was like, but Perseus kind of smells like something else. I was trying to lead him there, but he didn't take the lead.
Yeah, it definitely shares similarities with the Terra Hermes. I would say the Terra is a little bit more elegant and refined, and I don't know if like sophisticated. I guess sophisticated is the right word. It's a little bit more classy.
Yeah,
a little bit more crisp.
It's a longer lasting citrusy based fragrance for sure than Terra Hermes is, because Terra Hermes, you'll get the citrus off the top, and then it kind of goes into that kind of like earthy, flinty. It's not a whole lot of vetiver, but it's enough vetiver to give you, because of how the rest of the fragrance is kind of constructed. It makes the vetiver feel that it's more vetiver than it really is. But it's still kind of vetiver-y. There is that nature of it, that kind of earthy, kind of flinty, kind of woody vetiver type of overall construction of it. Whereas Perseus kind of leans more towards the citrus aspect. It kind of keeps that citrus note through the entire way, but still has a little bit of that vetiver and all that stuff in the kind of the dry down. So
yeah, and that's what makes Perseus stand out for me and why I kept it, because it is that super long lasting citrus.
Yeah,
I'm like, I don't know what you're putting in there. It's probably something weird, but
it's probably going to give me skin cancer.
You're achieving something that I haven't smelled elsewhere, so that's worth holding onto the bottle for, even if it gets 1 or 2 wears a year.
Yeah.
And then Dutch brought up the OG Gray flanker too. That one's awesome.
Yeah.
I showed my friend that one, and he was like, "Yeah, give me a bottle of that." because I was like, "Hey, if I know a guy who knows a guy, and you don't have to pay retail for that." But we're good friends, so he trusted me, and I bought him a 50 ml of the OG Gray. Yeah. It's so good.
Yeah.
Did you smell the new one too? That was much more.
The vetiver one?
No.
The intense vetiver, or was it you talk about the one with the lava accord?
Yeah, it's one with lava and licorice.
Yeah, I tried it. It was okay.
Oh, it just isn't. Is it intense?
Yeah, I think it's intense.
Yeah, okay. I thought it was intense. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was okay. I just didn't think it was different enough to want it. Like, it didn't do something that I was looking for in the line, in the brand. So I was like, meh. I mean, we had this actually discussion the last Niche Snobs. We were talking about it, and we brought it up, and Sean kind of said that it was maybe trying to be doing something that was a modern take on what Terra Hermes is, but it kind of just didn't really do enough to make it stand out from the crowd, or even from the own house. Like, I would still pick Parfum or the EDT over it.
Yeah, that's an interesting perspective, because when I smelled it, it was almost as if it's like it was almost kind of strange that they labeled it as a flanker in the Terra Hermes line, because there's sort of like a through line through the rest of them. Like, you can obviously pick up those citrus and vetiver qualities across all the other ones, but neither of those really exists in the intense version. It's more licorice and dark ambery coffee notes.
Mm-hmm.
I do wonder too, because it got polarizing reactions, and part of me suspects it's because they're saying, "Oh, this is a Terra Hermes flanker, so let me find the TDH DNA in this," and it's not there. And I'd be curious if it would have gotten a better reception
if it actually smelled like the line just having some touches of it.
Well, either it had the classic TDH DNA that people were expecting, or you don't attach it to TDH and you announce it as its own fragrance.
Yeah.
So you don't have that comparison.
I have to imagine that's a decision made from a corporate level. They're like looking at it and like, what does this smell like? This doesn't really smell like anything in the line. Well, how are we going to get people to buy it? And they're like, well, it's not particularly mass appealing either. So make it a Terre de Mez. And they were like, I guess so. If that's what you were, if that's your call, boss. Type of deal, you know. Corporate.
Yeah, I liked it, but for some reason that just wasn't enough to go full bottle on it, even though it is, you know, relatively affordable being a designer. But yeah, I was still like 50-50 on the fence about scooping it up. I did like it a lot though.
Sure. Well, anyway, like we were saying, thanks everybody for stopping by.
10 minutes after the goodbye.
10 minutes after the goodbye, we go back to goodbye.
This is what happens.
Yeah. All right. We look forward to seeing you guys again, and hit that, like I said, hit the like and the subscribe button. Check out John Smells the World over at Instagram, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye, y'all.
See you later.